crime scene. Just finished a heck of a race actually. It was 6 laps around the Yorkshire UCI Zwift circuit, the Yorkshire Worlds circuit. Anyway, so as you know, like it's a real punchy circuit, but also it actually ended in a reduced group sprint. There was like 10 of us, but then it whittled down to like 3 groups of 3 and 1 solo guy on his own off the back in the last 5k. So it got like really interesting at the end. I've been on some cheap bars, nothing special today, but I have had energy in my drinks, so I've been like adequately fueled for this, or at least I feel good. So, and that's like half the battle sometimes. As long as you feel good, like it doesn't have to be, 90 grams of carbs an hour. It's 10:22 now, so I've got like half an hour, a little bit over half an hour until our group ride, which we're going to put on now every Saturday. So the idea is now that most Saturdays we're going to do either an indoor or outdoor ride, Saturday morning early, and then like mid to late morning on Saturday we're going to do like a Zwift meetup ride, mainly for me to tick off some courses on Zwift, rather selfishly, but also just to have like a bit of a chill as well. And then the other plan is as well to do like some casual rides on a Wednesday evening, so that we can like do some giveaways and whatnot, and also to like debrief after the WTRL League, which is on a Tuesday for those of you that are following along with that. So yeah, we'll have a bit of fun, some chat and some fun, and do some sprinting and some other fun stuff like KOM times, and yeah, we'll figure it out. Charlie's doing Pilates. I've sacked it off. Not for me today. I am on coffee duty though. I am on coffee duty. Alright, we're back. Ride done. Post ride nutrition. What have we done? We've done like 3 hours. Yeah, we've done 3 hours. We've done 1 2-hour race and then 1 1-hour group ride, which all in all probably came to like about 2,000 kilojoules of work, and about 150 TSS, give or take. So I've got some whey protein here from Science and Sport. We do get helped out because we're supported by Science and Sport for our indoor stuff with Wahoo Call, and I've mixed it with a chocolate milk from the supermarket. So it's just a standard chocolate milk. It's like 400ml with a scoop of whey protein. It's not the full dose because obviously there's protein in the chocolate milk, but yeah, that's my post-ride nutrition. I actually ate quite a lot during the ride. I ate like 6 bars, so I had like over 100 grams of carbs, probably actually close to 150 grams of carbs in the 3 hours, give or take. I didn't really consume anything during the group ride because it was such low intensity, but I certainly kept on top of it during the race. So I'm going on the hunt for some bread at the supermarket to go with our lunch. Charlie's just got back from her ride. I think she managed an hour and a half, which is almost more than what we did this morning, but she's making the most of the weather. Autumn's definitely hit our little sleepy village. Leaves everywhere. The council have been out trying to clean it up. I'm now in the skis. Nobody will ever recognize me. No messing, in and out in a minute. Seeded sourdough, the bomb. So I wonder if actually having the mask on helps my moustache grow. Definitely means that people don't see it as much, which is a good thing. So when Charlie usually goes for a ride, she stores her bike here, which is kind of like the far end of the bike slash, well, the room that I tend to spend most of my time in. But we've got like a little mat down on the floor, which is like a perfect length. It's about a, I don't know, 6 foot, 7 foot mat. We've got one of those little bike stands that you use just to kind of stand your bike up in, so it's kind of away from the wall mainly. Got my mud guards there as well on the floor, which I've obviously not been using because, well, it's actually been nice weather this week. Little suitcase in the corner, that's all my winter base layers in there, so we're actually running out of space to keep kit at the minute. With I guess it's a nice problem to have, but it does become a little bit of a pain, to say the least. I've got some spare wheels in the corner. Those are my Ed mode wheels with banded climbers on, with a relatively new cassette, so I'm not going to use those until I've absolutely worn through my others yet, which, like, look at this. This is the, look at the, that's horrible. I need to clean these at some point. So yeah, like, that's what's going on at the minute. On this side of the room, obviously I've just finished this morning, so the bike stood up. I need to roll the mat up. Nothing planned though today, which is nice. Like, we've done everything we want to do. So it's a bit of a chill day, which is always nice on a Saturday. When I say chill, I mean, like, I'm still doing stuff related to cycling and coaching. It's just a bit more, there's nothing kind of set in stone. It's just me kind of doing a little bit of research I want to do, or just checking out some articles that I've missed out on, or videos that I need to catch up on, or stuff like that.
Oh, good morning. How you doing? I'm getting ready to make a slow cooker recipe, which we've been doing for the last week now. We've had the slow cooker for ages, but it's that time of year, innit, to start eating like hearty, warm, hot, yummy vegetables and stuff. So I'm in charge of making today's slow cooker chicken curry, and I found the recipe on BBC Good Food. Prep time 10 minutes apparently, although this is me we're talking about. Even gives me like the macronutrient breakdown, which I'm going to take with a pinch of salt. That was a terrible joke. I've got my ingredients here already, which are basically, you know, curry powder, your salt, your pepper, passata, tomatoes. Lots of tomatoes going in this. Peppers, a leek, you know, the sign of Wales. That is actually. And sweet potatoes. So that's what's going in the slow cooker recipe. And I wanted to end the video around about now, because I've been editing the video from the weekend, and to be honest, there's not much to edit because, well, not much happened. We didn't go anywhere. What you saw was mainly Saturday. But, you know, I do want to leave you with something, okay? Because I've been starting to read more frequently again. And I used to do it quite a bit, but I got out of the habit. And you know when you get out of the habit of something. Okay, so book number 1 in this list is Endure by Alex Hutchinson. Okay, I know Phil Rich, you're reading this currently. Very, very good book. Basically, to give you a little bit of background, it's all about kind of, you know, whenever you've had like a performance, or, you know, you've turned up to a race and you feel like, you know, this ain't gonna be your race, but like for some bizarre reason, and there's a lot of running examples in this book, okay, but they do translate well into cycling. You ever turn up to that race and you're like, I don't feel like it today, but like you absolutely blitz your best ever 10 mile time trial performance, and you think to yourself, like, how did I do that? And you start to dissect your training over the last, like, you know, six weeks, 2 months, whatever it is, and you try to like recreate that performance again, but it doesn't happen no matter how many times you try. Sometimes performance just comes out of nowhere, and they try to delve into that in this book, which is really fun, a fun read actually. Second book, a food book, is Pinch of Nom, which is it's a cookbook from the UK's most visited food blog. I'd never heard of it, but Charlie had. But this is a very good book. Lots of colour for someone like myself, and very good recipes, and even things like what they call it, fakeaways. So like, you know, fake takeaways. The next one is the Cycling Mind. This was, well, it is actually recommended by Joanna Roswell Shand, Shane Sutton. It's recommended by a few, like, people who have been in the Olympic system for GB, not least one of our friends who was also in the Olympic track system for Great Britain. This is a very, very good book. Lots of practical advice for, you know, developing psychological skills, basically, when it comes to performance, both on the day and kind of during training as well. So this is a good one. Somebody like Charlie's obviously physiotherapist. This was actually recommended by somebody who does a lot of cycling, lectures that Charlie knows, and was recommended to us by someone I know. This book is actually probably, I would say, of the 200 pages that are in it, I'd say 150 of the pages are kind of just giving you background information into like how the body works, what happens like to the body when you're riding your bike, like, you know, your posture, how things change, you know, why you get aches and pains in certain places. You know, it's very bike specific, but there's only, say, I don't know, 50 pages out of those 200 pages that actually give you actionables, but the actionables are like really easy to follow. Lots of workouts and exercises in there that can help with, you know, your core stability, your strength on the bike, you know, the basics. But the reviews I read about this book after I was told about it are very interesting. There was one review, in fact, it was an Amazon review, where somebody said they were training for London, Edinburgh, London, which, if you don't know what that is, it's basically like the most obscene Audax in the UK, and I will do it one day, hopefully. But you basically like ride from London all the way up to Scotland, Edinburgh, turn around and come back to London again as fast as possible. So, you know, it may require you to sleep in hedges. So, you know, somebody actually left a review saying that they'd done London, Edinburgh, London in the past. You know, obviously the sheer amount of volume spent on the bike, you know, doing that and prepping for it takes its toll on the body. And they were saying how they were basically like in a right mess. And then when they qualified for, you know, London, Edinburgh, London again, they followed what was in this book, and their whole preparation changed entirely, and their whole experience riding the bike for that length of time changed entirely. And that's not to say, like, you know, if you're not doing ultra endurance, this won't help you. It's more like, you know, what he's doing in London, Edinburgh, London is a very short space of time, but a lot of volume. You know, even over 5 years or 10 years of riding your bike, you're still going to accumulate the same kind of, you know, imbalances or, you know, strengths and weaknesses that somebody who's cramming it into a very short space of time in that kind of event can experience as well. So anyway, so that's going to wrap up today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to crack on with this stew slow cooker thing, or Charlie will show to me. I'll let you know how it goes. We'll probably see you tomorrow night at the Zwift race. Thank you for support this weekend. It was greatly appreciated. We had a great fun at the Zwift Fondo and the Yorkshire race we did the day before. So thank you for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe. See you in the next one.